The reason I came on today really quick is I wanted to share with you that our sale is still on till tomorrow night. And so I thought many of you came on and took advantage of it last night. So I wanted you to know, is this, am I working? Yes. All right. So I'm going to put that mic someplace else. Here we go. All right. So this is a sale. It's on onestore.com. And when you put in the code 306, it gives you $15 off a $50 more purchase. And it's good till tomorrow night. Okay. So think about that. So one thing that, oh, I would get my heat pen if I knew that I got $15 off, or I could get my A to Z flower kit and get $15 off. So I want you to think about that. And I wanted to come on because any of you who came and saw me, hello, hello, Miss Susan and Trisha, Renee, Dawn, hello. Yes, you can hear me. Well, it helps if I put the mic on. I thought, all right, I'm going to have horror nightmares tonight that I still can't make my mic work, but it does work better when you turn it on. You think? Just a little bit better. All right. So I wanted you to see that I painted last night on live, and I put my fragment effects on here. And I said, when I woke up this morning, I was going to wait and do it on air, but I had to do TikTok first. So I tapped it, and first thing in the morning, about three fell off, and then I tapped it again. And so five total fell off. And it's just, see how I put it in the sky and on the beach. All right. This was a lesson I did really quick last night. And I think we had fun doing it because it's what, one, two, three, five colors. And I didn't finish all the little leaves and stuff in here, but I did really quick and easy. This would be really fun on greeting cards too. I have a box of cards here that I keep pulling them out that I'm going to do. And I haven't yet. But anyway, that's all you need is, I like going to Hobby Lobby and picking up the sets of cards and envelopes that already have some kind of little background, like scrapbooking paper that I used. Happy Friday. Hello, hello. I'm glad you came on. I thought I'd paint a little something with you guys today. And I want to go over a couple of things that you could use your discount. So I know I just got about 20 more people on. So the code to get $15 off is a 306. That's the code. It's the third month. And the sale started yesterday, which was the 6th. 306. All right. So one thing I want to show you, I did a lot of showing stencils last night, but I realized when I got off, I didn't even demonstrate one time how to do the stencil. And there's so many people that mess up so bad doing stencils, and our brushes make a huge difference on your success. So I wanted to share. I'm hoping there's different people also that haven't ever been on before that are going to be on because it's a different time of the day than I was on. I want you to see also, if you're out there and you watch me paint, these are my most used paintbrushes, 10 of the most used paintbrushes. They're one stroke, my value pack. And so look for the dark green handle. They're the Donna Dewberry brushes. And then if you've out there and you've been painting a while and you want my signature brushes, which are, they're not double, but they are a bit more than the pack with 10 most used brushes, or that's the value pack, my student brushes. Donna uses them most of the time, as you can see right there. And having a couple of sets of those where you get a discount is even better because you don't have to wash out your flower color to go take your big brush and pick up your greens. And so you save paint. I help you save money by buying too. All right, but here is the signature set. So these are the specialty brushes are added into this. So I have all the flat brushes, scruffy brushes, and liners, and the 10-piece set. And in this, you get all three scruffy brushes. You get a filbert, an angle, a round, a rake, and a fan. So, and I think this is 30 something dollars. So, add one more thing to that, and you can you can get your $15 off. So, what I want to share with you that I was just sharing on TikTok, and I thought I'd come here and show you, is I wanted to show you my stroke training packets. And I think they're about $15, and you're getting 3 complete lessons in here. And I know that on Patreon, there's a lesson, and on One Stroke Advantage, there's a lesson that I already did. And so I think I did the daisy and the sunflowers. So I'm not sure which ones they're on. But you can go see. Hello, I'm live. I am Deborah. Hi. I hope I get to see you somewhere along the line. Come by and at least say hi if you can't be in North Carolina. I would love to see you again. Get a big hug. Hi, Amani. Amani, I know you're not coming to North Carolina, but I want some of you guys to know that I'm going to be in December and October and December and October. October. Where am I? I'm going to be in Tennessee. And it was so great in Tennessee. There's tons of room there too. Space to have more students. Yes, I would love that. Just come by and give me a big hug, girl. And then um, 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 in July is our Orlando convention. So if you've never been to convention, life changes every day. So if you have an opportunity to come, you never know. This would be a great year for you to come. All right. We're doing mermaids and pearls, and we do a fun mermaid that I'm telling you, I made it so easy that you'll be thrilled. So go look and see some of the paintings. Some are surprises. We always do kind of a fall thing, a Christmas thing. We teach you new products. I have new stencils of showing you how to use those, and new paint and products that Plaid comes out with. So, and I come up with, right? I also want to excite you. Convention is great. Thank you, everybody. Everybody tries to be, hopefully, we smack them around, Gloria, if they're not nice, right? Our smacking is maybe a little paintbrush. Come on. All right. So thank you for your input. I also want you to know that I thought we were launching a soft launch of my new show on a streaming TV show. And it is, I'm so thrilled. I was just invited a month ago. So Michelle and they were looking for Bob Ross, and they said, our network needs a Bob Ross. And my friend for 15 years has the new network said, you know what? It's called 10 TEN, which means the Enrichment Network for Families. How good is that? And so he goes, oh, listen, I have her and she's alive. So that was fun. She made me black and blue with a 20-inch scruffy. Deborah, you're so funny. My husband and his best bud way back when our conventions had like 400 or 500 people, they dressed up at Sears Roebuck. They had those all over overall jean work things that they would wear. So they came in with a dark green one. They put a silver stripe down their legs that said One Stroke Scruffy, and they put Don King gray and white wig on and silver face, so they looked like a scruffy brush. And he came and pounced my back. I mean, I was laughing so hard because Mark Dewberry does not dress up. And he come over and he pounced my back with his head, and so that he was Mr. Scruffy. How funny was that? So that's what you made me think of. It was bigger than 20 inches. Miss Debbie. Thank you. So anyway, I just want you to know the launch now. The soft launch I didn't understand, was just trying to see if everything's working. All the techie things like mics were working. But Michelle and I already have the first few shows to them. And then we're going to send one a week, and for a while till we build a series. And it's pretty exciting. Pay to see that one. I know we should have had it on recording. I think it's on recording somewhere. And then he was Don King. He had 3 of my assistants were all dressed up, and he was in black. They were all in red, and they were Don King out on the stage. It was so funny. This is my husband, who I said never dresses up. Anyway, he had the red and black Don King wig on, but he said they forced me. So Anyway, so be looking. I will promise you I will post at the time right where to go. Just a little heads up. It is on Roku. Roku. I just ordered mine. It's $34 on Amazon. The stick that you just plug into your TV, and it gets all kinds of other channels besides our channel. And these are the three streaming networks. It's Apple TV and Amazon Fire, and Roku. All right, and Roku's a stick also. So my kids have been using that for a long time, and because they don't want to pay for cable. So just on if you go on your TV and do it like the Roku, if you happen to have it there, it charges you monthly. But if you do it where you buy the stick, you don't have a monthly fee. Just saying, just letting you know. All right, so let me share this with you. This is stroke training, and we're going to build this up so then we have training coaches in the future. But right now, we are a little bit of TV show happened in between. But I still wanted y'all, can I get through Amazon Prime? No, you have it's Amazon Fire. It's a Fire Stick. I'm sorry, don't know why. I have Amazon Prime, so I bought the Roku. All right, so this is teaching you three classes. So these are perfect to go teach people. Some of you who do teach, some of you who wanted to learn how to paint and didn't think you could. I want you to see that we do a beginner, an intermediate, and an advanced. So what I do with you is say, here's the original. This is the more advanced. This is step 3. All right. And this is what it looks like. That's the original. There's the print. So look how good the print is. All right. So then this is like the second one. All right. And then the first one, you can see maybe right there. See the first one. All right. So then while you're practicing, so exciting that these streaming networks are valuing art education. I know. So they're doing all kinds of things for teenagers with emotional things to help parenting. They have game shows for families. They have family movies that you can watch and other things like me. So I just moved that. I hope I didn't mess it up. Okay. So then you take a piece of scrapbooking paper. I had to have 90 sheets. So I had to find an inexpensive way because at convention I did this with all my elites. But what I wanted everybody to know is there's an inexpensive way to practice and an inexpensive way to take scrapbooking paper. I just did this on TikTok or scrapbooking paper where like I did the hydrangea and I was going to put daisies and stuff on here. And then what can happen from this, see, I did the sunflower and daisies just on art paper. But think about those greeting cards you can do this on. So I wanted inexpensive so that you can sit down with friends and yourself and you can create. So I went to Dollar Tree and I had the sweet 89-year-old lady say on my YouTube live, said, "Oh my gosh, Donna Dewberry, I have to tell you that I looked at this and went, I can do this compared to looking at your painting and saying, I can never do that." And she said, for $1.25, or I can frame an inexpensive frame with a painting, I can give it to all those people who clean my sidewalk from snow or bring the groceries into me. And so her sweet little testimony I heard over and over on YouTube about how this could be the way that they can make some money during the holidays, that they can do gifts. My whole thing is to make money and save money when I was having my 7 children and raising them. But what I found out is that I saved money because I made my gifts. And at church, there was always somebody getting married and having a baby, and I had to have gifts for that. And, 3 in 1 month was like adding up with my 7 children already. And so I would make all their gifts. And then sometimes when Plaid had me traveling all over the world, I would send my glasses, like I'd do wedding glasses or champagne glasses. I'd paint the bag and paint the card and my daughters would take it. And they said, "Okay, Mom, I'm not taking your gifts anymore because the party stops and everybody oohs and ahs and they're going crazy. It gets too much attention." But that was in the beginning. Everybody paints now. So anyway, that is some of what I did to save money with lots of children. All right. So I'm going to put this to the side and show you the hydrangea. And so here's what I did, and I just showed you that sample. All right. And this is another, they have all kinds of different colors of these plates. And I just got two new plate colors that Dollar Tree has. But I want you to see on this one that here's your cover. Okay. There's your cover. Now, these are the 3 steps that I teach you. All right, that is the hydrangea, quick and easy hydrangeas. You can do purples, blues, or whatever. And then and the written instructions for each one of those, I'll have to show you, are in there too. So then we do that same background, and then we start layering flower colors and do a fancier leaf. And then we do this one. So let me show you. What I did with this is I also did the plate you saw, but I also got old books or Bibles, or I've done it with Bibles, and my sister and I would tie ribbons around. It's just a nice fluffy thing to sit on a nightstand or something. So I'm showing you how to get that in there. We use Q-tips to pounce. And so this, I painted, this was the color. Was this the color of the book? Yeah. This color was already there. I painted, put the tape, painted that. And the spine, I was going to write something I never did. And then I painted on it. So inexpensive ways, clay pots, different things that will not cost you a lot to try and that are sellable. And so let me explain to you what happens. Inside each one of these is, let me show you. Here's the beginning. And where is my first one? Okay. I thought I had it right here. Yeah. So you have the written instruction too. All right. So there's that one. And then we step up. Oh, no, I'm doing daisies now. Sorry. Okay. Are y'all still with me? All right. Here we are. So here's the beginner. All right. And then you have that. Then we step it up, and we had the instructions for that. And the good thing is there aren't that many colors, so it's really kind of fun. That was intermediate, now more advanced. And this is, where is it? Here we go. And there's a daisy. Okay. Well, that's more advanced. And so that's what you get, all of this in your plastic sleeve. And if you've never painted with me before, the plastic sleeve goes right over the worksheet, and then you paint right on top of the plastic and wipe it off and paint again. All right. So I did have one of those, didn't I? Did I show you one of the plastic sleeve? Yeah. So this is a sleeve. You paint the stroke. You show the stroke in here. You stroke right on top of it, wipe it off. All right. So that's a really good program for you to do and work, especially if you're snowed in or you want something to work over the, what does replay mean? They would be nice on the journal for a gift. Absolutely. Yes. Joanne Thompson, replay. What does that mean? Replay what, sweetie? All right. So I just want you to see me coming on today is to make sure that you know this code's good through tomorrow. And it gives you $15 off a $50 purchase on onestroke.com. So 306 is the code that you put it in. It's the 3rd month, and it started yesterday, the 6th. So I just wanted an easy one for you. Now I'm going to use the paint in my double loader that I was just using on TikTok. And for all you who are new out there, I just want you to know I have the brush basin for cleaning your brushes and keeping your brushes in good shape. I have this palette, and there's questions with the palette because people buy this and they think they're getting a double loader. So I want to show you that they're different. The double loader fits in the palette or the foam plate. Okay. Sorry, wrong post. I see there was another video that I am going to watch. Oh, okay. So I'm going to put right in here, lefty or righty. I made it. Your fingers are there. So you're not putting stress on your wrist. I would be on ladders painting murals. And what would get me was holding right here, holding this. and trying to make sure the paint didn't get on the floor. So that was why that was important to me. I love the palette for being able to stand and move around. Yes. So this palette really helps you if you're working on the wall, you're standing at an easel, and it also, you can put your foam plate in there and it makes it, I created this from those wicker picnic things that would hold the foam plates. And so that's how I created this. And then I wanted my paper towels to be there. So I would hold the paper towel and the foam plate with my wrist. And then my idea was that the paints that we use the most, we'd put out here, but I don't really use it that way. It wasn't very convenient, but I do put my floating medium, or in this little cubby, I put a little bit of water because we only need it for liners, right? And then your paintbrushes can go out here in this area. Okay, so if I'm standing, I can hold a few brushes. And I put the floating medium on one of these cubbies here if I'm using a foam plate. And it makes it very convenient and everything there, especially if you're on a ladder or doing work like that. So then the double loader goes inside there also. So this is the double loader I'm going to be demonstrating today, where I'm picking up two colors. And this is for everybody out there who said, I've tried one stroke and I can't do it, and my paint's always muddy. It doesn't feel like butter. It's not what I want it to be. All right. So I will share that with you. Hello, hello, deepta. I can't say it. Anyway, I'm sorry if I mispronounced y'all's name. All right, so this is my double loader. All right. So in there, everybody gets, they do two things with this. They leave it in and they just put that much floating medium, but you're supposed to take it off, not lose it. Put your floating medium. And when you put this away so it doesn't run everywhere, then you can put the cap back on it. All right. So there should be 5 pieces. All right. And so then you load the two colors next to each other. All right. And these little divots here are to fit in the double loader, or they're to fit where this goes on top of it. So I think, how many of you have put out your paint, you're ready to paint, and you get a phone call, I had to run to the school and get the kids, or something happened, and then my paint's all dried up and I'm really frustrated. So the palette is great for me with all the surgery I have had on my hand. Oh, that, because it's very lightweight. You're right. So you wet this, dampen this, and see the air holes. You put this here, and a lot of my older women, and I'm one of those now, said you put a penny, a copper penny. They're not too much copper anymore, probably. And then you put this lid on it. And what happens is you will line these up right here, and you wait till you hear pop, and it holds the paint. And one of my teachers went 30 days and said it was still good. So there you go. So now you're ready to paint. I'm gonna show you. We're gonna paint a couple of things that you might learn in this training. But I also wanted to show you. I didn't show a stencil, and so I hear noise. Y'all hear noise? I don't know what that noise is. Can y'all hear noise? Is it just me? Okay, so I'm going to use my stencil brush. And now my set has 3 sizes. Okay, these will make a world of difference. If you've never been able to stencil and it always looks terrible, it's because of the brushes. And these synthetic nylon brushes, I flipped out. I was so excited. So they're flat. All right, you get 3 in the set. And so this is for little small areas. But what's great is it stays right there. It doesn't get into the next space, so I don't have to tape off a lot of stuff so that I don't touch that part of the stencil. So that's good. All right, I'm going to get one of these other brushes out here. And they do kind of stain and don't stay perfectly white, but I do use, our brush cleaners aren't available anymore. So I do use Dawn dish soap and some other things to try to clean that out, or Awesome, some of those others. Okay, all right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down. What's going to happen, because I didn't show this yesterday. So if you saw yesterday, there's a lot of things you can see that we did with these. But I want you to know that a couple of these, you can, whatever the color is here is going to be the predominant color. And then this is the vintage background. But see, some people said, oh, it didn't make all the stencil. I want you to know that I distressed it on purpose. So sometimes my ideas, when I the first time I fly spec something at the country Habershim's country store, and I sold like $1,000 worth of little magnets every week. I would have to supply there in Disney. They would say, I'll take everything but the ones where you got spots on it. I said, I did that on purpose. But anyway, that didn't work back then. We use it a lot now. So I'm going to tap in some brown. Now, this is the important part. You're going to have this is dry brush. We're going into the edge of the paint, into the edge. Pick up brown. You don't need a lot of brown paint, just on the tip of the brush. And you're going to make circles to take some of it off. And I'm going to show you. Let's start down here. All right, I made this to fit on 11 by 14, but you can put it on any size because I had somebody just do some at the top that did the books with me the other day. I want you to know you go left and right, left and right. Now, what happens is no matter how many times right in my studio, right in my classes, I'm telling them, don't do this, don't do that. And I walk around and they have muddy messes. All right. So that means you have to pay attention to. All right. I missed yesterday. Oh dear. Go back and look at it. It's right there. Michelle should have put the picture where I'm going to show you again, right, real quick. Where is it? Um, oh, here. Look, Pat, I did this yesterday. I taught 2 classes yesterday in the live. All right. So for all your advice. Thank you. So listen, we did this little quick project with fragment effects. I showed you how to use the fragment effects and how to glue them on. And when I tapped it this morning, like 5 little pieces came off. So I told everybody, believe it or not, they stay. And it's hard to believe, but that the sealer and binder is killer the way. And I teach you a little thing about how to dry up all the extra that floats away. So go watch that. Please, please. All right. And then I showed you all these different stencils and how I use them. So I want you to know as I keep going, I can get a faded look if I want. Let me do a faded look and show you kind of how that is. All right. So see, they can go in and out. And then all you do is match this, guys, if you want to uh where is it? Okay, that messed me. Oh, no. I'm going to just see, you can see through them. And so you're going to go right here and put the next ones. All right. So you don't have, so I'm going to go back into the brown again and I'm going to rub it off. All right. So you're going to have success if you do what I say, no wet brushes. And my students sit right there and try to dry it in a paper towel and go do it. I'm like, no. All right. So look at this. So see, you could just keep going, but I made it so you could do one whole strip and do a second strip if you want, or not do the whole piece. And then I made sure when Michelle and I made sure that you could read the words. Okay. So I'm going to also come in here and just do the brown here to show you that. All right. So when you do left and right, now words usually get all muddy and too much paint. All right. And I think I might have got too much paint. Nope. That's a little bit. I was lucky there. Okay. But look, you can actually read left, right, circle, circle. This is the number 16 brush. If I'm doing a repeat on the whole canvas, if I'm repeating something on the whole canvas, I would use this. And what you'll do, because your hand will wear out, you're going to hold it like this and make circles. You said that the little seascape lesson that you did last night on the live, you also did at Plaid. That is the size of the canvas you used. No, the one I used at Plaid was 11 by 14. And I've used it on a 12 by 12 or a 10 by 10. I don't know, but this is an 8 by 10. So I know it was bigger than this, but I just wanted to do it really quick because it was alive. Got 2 phones going because Amanda's coming on. Laugh out loud. No. Uh-oh. Yes, she is. All right. I'm going to hurry. All right. So I don't want her to think I'm on while she's on. Don't tell on me. That's the worst thing you can do is go tell her that Donna's on right now. All right. So I just want you to see boom, 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 boom. And I'll have to come on in the morning and show y'all some more. Okay. Because I forgot she's on at 2 because she's got to go get her son. I can't believe it's that late already. See that? And so that makes it really nice. But you also have a stamp. Okay, that's smaller writing. When you have long things, you're going along with it. All right. And I got kind of muddy on that, so you can tell. All right. So don't forget, this is how to use a stencil, the fragment effects. There's your code 306 is your code for $15. And I just showed you how to use these brushes. I didn't show you yesterday. I want to make sure you saw that. And I didn't use the paint, so I'm going to have to save the paint and we'll use it tomorrow. So if you get a chance, come on tomorrow with me because the sale goes on through tomorrow. But don't miss out on getting the things that will be something that you don't normally buy for yourself. This is a perfect time. Thank you guys. I'll see you next time.